This is a resume review of a junior engineer. What kind of engineer? I don't know. They did not tell me. All they said is that they are desperate for a job in IT, which I get that. Like, IT market is cooked. Is that what kids say? But it's bad. It's really bad. It's very, very bad. It's probably the worst it's been since the dot-com crash, and apparently a couple of people from the dot-com crash say it's still worse than that. So it's very, very bad right now, especially getting your first job, and that's why I want to do this, so I can help people get their first jobs by, reviewing their resumes and that kind of stuff, because it's brutal out there. But I need to help you. I need more than just junior engineer, because I don't know what that is. Now, admittedly, this person is not in the United States, and I'm a U.S.-based recruiter, so maybe there's some differences culturally, but I can only judge this based on if I would in the United States. So what I'd be looking for is, again, it's gonna depend. A full stack developer, a back end developer, and a front end developer all going to have different keywords that I'm going to be looking for. I understand in school they teach you how to do all of it, but when you start applying, you need to pick one. You absolutely need to pick one. Otherwise, you're not going to have it. So let's review that with that knowledge. And if you like this stuff, please like, comment, and subscribe, or check out my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST. If you stick there long enough, I give you a skip the resume line button. So that is something that happens if you stay on my stream. But let's help this person. So this formatting is off. I don't care about this at all. Every time they use leverage. Technical skills. Again, this needs to be under the bullet points, not here. This entire section is not worth it. Interns. Where's your school? Why is your education at the bottom? Okay. Okay, so this is clearly from India, because they say Indian certificate in secondary school. I don't know how important these things are in India. I'll be perfectly frank. Here, if I can scroll down. I can't fully scroll down. All right, well. But if you have your bachelor's, you don't really usually need the other stuff in the United States. Like, you don't need to say your high school if you graduated with a bachelor's. If you graduated with a master's, you don't need to say your bachelor's, etc., etc. So I'm assuming it's the same over there, but maybe it's not. But yeah, this resume is really bad. This is kind of the problem here in as a review, is there's nothing here. Like, it's not just that the formatting's off, it's these bullet points don't give me anything, right? Like, if you're applying for a full stack engineer, I'd need TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, along with SQL and Cloud. If you were applying for a back-end Java engineer, I would need like Spring, Maven, Java. If you were applying for a C# backend, I need C#, ASP.NET, I think, and a couple of others. I'm a little rusty on the C#. And if you're applying for front end, I would need something completely different. So you said full stack, which is fine, and you can check out any of my videos because there's almost a full stack engineer in each video, but these are not what I'm looking for. Yes, I'm glad that you had HTML, CSS, and Python, but I need more. I don't need you to say gained experience. I need you to say what you did. I don't care that you gained experience. I care what you did, and I don't see what you did here. So fix the formatting, right? I want this formatting, first, last name, then phone number, LinkedIn portfolio. I don't know if you need to do citizenship status or not in India. Again, I've never recruited in India, or I don't know what the equivalent of city state is, so this section might be skipped. Then I want you to put your education and certificates, no more than 3, but realistically probably only 1 line. Then your work history, and then you can do your projects. And yeah, I don't see anything there, right? Like, that's kind of the issue, is there's nothing here. The only thing I see is HTML, CSS, SQL, and Python. And that's good, but I need to know how you used it. If I do not see what the skill is, which you have, how you used it, which I don't see, and why you used it, which I also don't see, it doesn't count. And those need to be under the bullet points. So I understand you are desperate for a job, but you need to write your resume in a different way, because that is absolutely destroying your chances. So let's move to the next resume. This is the project manager. So this is the art teacher that wants to become a project manager. They stated that they fixed some of the stuff and this would be better to review. I want to let everybody know, I do not look at the notes until it's the second before I review the resume. So if you have a note of please use X instead of Y, or in a time-sensitive manner, I'm not going to be able to actually answer them. I do that in the once it pops up here, I then look at the note, because I try to make sure I am fresh for every resume to get into the mindset of what a internal recruiter would do. So managed to, let's see, so this was from a couple of videos ago, so they haven't had time to actually change this, so let's make this very quickly, at least. Redesign our remote. I don't see, again, this is okay. I think the thing I said in the last video of it reads a little bit like a brag. I think this reads less like a brag, which is good, and I think this is much better, but I would still like to see how you worked with administrative. So again, I'm just skimming this one because they have not had time to redesign it since the last video. So let's see, anything else? I mean, this is good, yeah. So, especially if you monitor performance CAD. See, this arguably, I think, is a stronger bullet point. I don't know if I can't scroll down, which is essentially how you monitor them for performance standards, which I think you could say just worked with school admins, counselors, and special ed teams to monitor performance gaps for 200 students, which determine X, Y, and Z. Yeah, this is actually a solid one I like. So I think you're closer. This one should probably be closer up top. But again, you didn't have time to... So let's see what your fourth revision is, and then I can fully review that one. Let's go to the next resume really quickly. Sorry about this, y'all. This is a resume of a junior software developer. Again, I don't know what kind. And it really does matter what kind you are. I don't care if you can do all... I don't care if you can do front end, back end, and full stack, which I guess technically full stack is basically doing front end and back end. I need it specialized. A generalized resume does not work, and that works for this as well. So you cannot just say, I can do it all. You need to specify. So this person's ratio is 250 to 0, which is not good. They think their lack of internships is holding them back. Possibly. They are a U.S. citizen, so sponsorship isn't an issue, and they've been applying to anything tech-related, even roles that are tech-adjacent. Okay, so that might be the issue, right? Is like generalized resumes do not work. Resumes are always and will only be for specific job titles. A generalized tech resume will not get you anything, so that might actually be the issue. So let's see if I can figure out what the hell they do. That'll be the actual determination on if this is okay or not. So, develop a system, new hire training. Okay, nope, this is already bad. I don't know anything here. What is this? What do you do? I get that you developed a new system, but what did you use for it? What kind? I don't see technical issues. Are you okay? Graduate data algorithm. Again, there's nothing here. This gives me nothing. You should probably not have this, maybe, but I don't know what this is. Why is developing a system for new hire training and documentation IT? Were you a help desk? Were you a software engineer? Were you a tutor? I truly do not know, and you do not tell me. This is why. Projects. Okay, here we go. Led a team of 3 developing our capstone, a full stack habitat training. What did you use? This doesn't count. They need to be in bullet points. They need to be in bullet points or they do not count. Did you use Python? Did you use Java? Did you use, I mean, I'm assuming since you use Django, you use Python, but the recruiter may not know that. So I don't know what this did. API, that's good. Here's why. Look, I have to go all the way down here, John Smith, to get the singular keyword for a software engineer. And that you need more than just that. So API, again, applied machine learning. It doesn't matter if it's here. It needs to be here. Top selling, bootstrap, default. Wow, that's it. Where's the JavaScript? Where's the HTML? Where's the CSS? So I don't see those at all. And you're probably being like, well, hold on. The skills are very bottom. If they're not in a bullet point, they do not count. I want that to go for everybody, not just software engineers, not just accountants. If they're not in a bullet point, they do not count, and it needs to be under a job. In addition to that, if it's not on your resume under a bullet point, under a job, it does not exist to the hiring team. And that is your problem. So no, I very much understand why you're not getting anything. I don't know what You do. I don't know if you're a full stack. I don't know if you're back end. I don't know if you're front end. I don't know if you're even applying to those jobs, because this could read just like help desk. You need to completely redo this. Please use my formatting. It's going to help. But even with this formatting, which again is like a B- formatting, there's nothing here for me to use. There's absolutely nothing here I have. In fact, are you trying to get an internship? I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're trying to get, and this resume does not tell me, which is why it's not working. So, I'm not trying to be mean. I just want to make sure you understand why you're getting rejected. And this is a generalized resume, which never works, and it's primarily that. I don't know what the hell you do. And there's like barely any things I'd actually want. So, because there's nothing under the bullet points. Next, resume. This is a resume review of a revenue operations manager. They said they are a green card holder, so sponsorship should not be a barrier. However, it's still tough to get invitations. So they have a 1-to-50 ratio, which again is like a C-. I want to be clear. 1-to-50 is passing. It's barely passing. It's passing by the skin of your teeth. But for internships and that's 1 in 50 is passing. Ideally, we can get that number down so it's much less, but the job market is trash. That's just unfortunately the nature of it right now. So, I don't care what this is. Also, I cannot scroll up because you accidentally dox yourself up top. So, but yeah, I don't. This is not necessary. But anyway, what we're actually looking for is influencing stakeholders across multiple channels for buy-in and solutions, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, Google Office suites, managing multiple projects, timelines, BI tools such as Looker, Tableau, or Power BI, SQL, CRM, SaaS, and B2B. This is a nightmare to read. Your formatting is off. Let's see. Do you actually have your education here? In addition, your education should be where this thing that I can't go past is, because specifically a lot of them required education, so you need to make sure you have that. Led process improvement initiative by cutting development and reporting times. Okay. I don't know why that's bolded. Mentor and coach a team of 2, skill building, design and implement scalable processes, growth, develop financial models for sales and budgets. These are not terrible because they kind of tell them more, but like I want to see how you influence stakeholders, right? I want to see the why you did it in a little bit more detail. So like designed, and also everything here should be past tense even if you're still there. So designed and implemented scalable processes and controls should be more. Like, how many projects did you do? How many at the same time? How many financial models? What did you use for those financial models? So I'm not seeing a ton of keywords, and I don't think this resume is terrible because it's getting you a 1 in 50, but I here it is. Deliver quarter I'm seeing right actual insights. This should be higher. This is a very important duty, and it should be higher. But I want to know a little bit what those actionable insights are. So the problem is you're not telling me how you did these. You did what, you did why, but you're not telling me how. I need to know how. So, and your formatting is off, which is making it harder to read. So I think if you just fix those things, it'll be a lot better. I think you could probably get to a 1 in 50 at least, 1 in 40 with just those changes alone. Skill building, promotion rate for direct reports. Yeah, so again, it's you're not having enough keywords, but primarily you're not telling me how you did this. I need to know how. You cannot just say designed and implemented scalable processes to do X. I need to know how you did it, because your job is not just to design them, but it's to how you do it is important. So that's kind of all I can get here. This resume is kind of messing with my mind and formatting, but so fix the formatting, fix some of the bullet points, and I think you should be way better chance of getting it. And again, people, stop doing summaries. Summaries are only needed if you're really changing industries. Next resume. This is a resume of a marketing intern. So they did not tell me their ratio. They said they haven't really been actively job searching. They want to improve their resume so they can get a paid internship. Okay, so if you've got 3 interviews, I don't know how many you've applied to, but that's pretty solid for an internship. especially if you haven't been actively searching. So I'm expecting this to be good, even if the formatting is not good, because that's what we want to hear. We want to hear that you're getting a lot of stuff. So 3 interviews is good, especially if you're not actively looking for an internship position. So what we're going to be looking for, common stuff is going to be, these are going to be some of the tools of the trade. So this is going to be social media, digital marketing, Microsoft Excel, Power, should be BI, I think, and Canva. Ideally, you're not going to need all of these. This is going to be very specific to the individual internship, but basically we need to show stuff that says, hey, I've worked with these types of things. We also want to see that you've worked well with others and as a part of a team, and that you can multitask. So let's see if you can do that. All right, this all isn't needed. Ideally, we want to bring this down to about 2 lines. And because you've got a community college degree, you don't need this one, really. So I don't know if you even need to put this in, or possibly even put this in as well. But the fact that you have financial accounting may be helping. But yeah, so you could probably just keep this down to 2 lines max, and then nothing here needs to be bolded. Then we go here again, nothing needs to be bolded. So managed and processed 500 customer invoices per month, ensuring 90% accuracy and on-time billing for appliance. Billing discrepancy per cash flow. So, okay, after reading this, I'm going to make an assumption. And that assumption is you are, in fact, getting a bunch of interviews, but they're not for marketing positions. Because this reads like a very good billing manager one. And if not, then I will be corrected. But this is what reading to me is not necessarily marketing. So these are not bad bullets even to have on a marketing one, because it shows you can multitask. But there's not a ton here that I would use it. And then you go here, which is good. Okay, I'm a little confused here because you're currently a marketing manager and you're looking for a marketing internship. So I don't understand why that's here. In fact, the fact that I don't even know if you need this, but if this resume is getting you marketing internships, then good. My guess is this is getting you not marketing internships, but like billing internships or something, or billing jobs, which is why, since you're not actively applying, recruiters are reaching out to you. But it doesn't seem like what you're wanting to do. So I am fully perplexed by this resume. And it's not really a formatting issue. Like, yeah, the formatting's not great, but it's not like terrible. It's mainly because this doesn't read like marketing. This part does, but nothing here does. And then why would you go from an actual manager to an intern? So I don't understand, and I'm kind of just in general confused. What is going on with this one? So to fix it, I need to be less confused, and I would like this to read more like a marketing intern. And I think that's kind of it. I'm just not really sure where to go with, because this is very confusing me. Like, these are not bad. These are not bad. Like, these are actually pretty solid marketing bullet points, but I'm just very confused. So I need you to make me not confused, because you don't want your recruiter to be confused. So that's kind of all I can do for this one, because I'm not sure. There's not enough. I don't have enough data to make an accurate help. So this is the thing where, like, please come on the channel and be like, hey, Lee, this is what happened, so I can actually understand it, because I'm missing too many things to know where the flaw in this is. I don't think it's really formatting, even though you could clean that up. This seems more like a content, but if this is actually getting you internships pretty regularly, then good on you. So that's it for this video. I will be back in the next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, because that really does help me out. And stop by my live stream if you need more help, and I'll see you all in the next video.